Hello, family. Trust you've been great. So, let's talk obesity today. Obesity is a disorder that involves having excessive amounts of body fat, putting you at risks of so many health complications. You see, a lot of people think that obesity is an aesthetic concern, but it's actually not. You see, when you ask people why they want to lose weight, their major concern is how they look on the outside. They want to have smaller waist, they want to fit into size 8. Looking good is great. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, rather. I love to look good. I believe in looking good. But then you don't really need to lose weight to look good. You look good either ways. What's important is that you understand your body and have your unique style and know what looks great on you. So big or small, you can actually look good. But obesity is far beyond aesthetics, beyond how you look on the outside. Obesity is more about what is going on the inside the moment you start to accumulate excess fats in your body. There's a reason why obesity is now being referred to as a disease, because it's actually a disease. The moment you start to accumulate excess fats in your body, a lot of things starts to go wrong. Obesity is a serious medical problem that requires serious attention. The moment you shift your mindset and start to see it from this perspective, it kind of like propels you to want to do the right thing to burn the excess fat. I always say that the best way to fix a problem is by tackling it from the root cause. Take it as a tree. There is the root, which is a root cause at the bottom. There is the stem, which is the problem, and then there is the consequences, which are the fruits that results from that problem. Now, the best way to tackle it is to kill it from the root cause. When you kill it from the root cause, you have automatically killed the problem and all the fruits, the consequences that came out from that problem. What most people typically do is to jump above the root cause and the problem and go straight to fixing the consequences. What that does is to numb the effects of that problem for a while. After some time, it will reoccur because the root cause is still there. So what's the major cause of obesity? The major cause of obesity is consistently eating in calorie surplus. Are there other factors that can affect how your body stores fat? Definitely yes. But the major reason why the body starts to accumulate excess fat is consistently eating in calorie surplus. Calorie surplus just means eating far more than your body requires to function daily. Your body requires a certain amount of calories, that is energy, to function for the day. That is like the standard amount of calories, irrespective, is the standard amount of energy, irrespective of whether you do anything extra, whether you do exercises, structured exercises, whether or not your body will burn that standard amount of calories daily. That is what it requires for as long as you're alive. It is what the body requires to keep you going, to carry out all the functions, breathing, digesting, and all the stuff that goes on the inside to keep you alive. And the standard amount of calories is 2000. For most people, that's generally, it can be slightly lower for some, higher for some, depending on factors like your current weight, your gender, whether you're male or female, the amount of muscle tissue you currently have, and some other factors. But in 2000, it's like a generally recognized amount. At some point, I will talk about how to to get your specific amount of calories that you need a day. So let's say that your body requires 2000 calories to function daily, which is the standard amount of calories. If you eat above that, your body will not purge out the excess. What it does is that after it has taken the 2000 that it needs, it takes the excess and goes to store them in your fat cells, keeping it in reserve for some time in the future where you will need it for energy when you eat in calorie deficit. If you continue to eat in excess every day, say Monday you do 3000, Tuesday you do 4000, Wednesday you do 3500, Thursday you do 5000, let's say Friday, oh, it's the weekend, you do 6000, your body will continue to accumulate the excess fat in your fat cells. And that's how people get overweight. So here's the body storing up this excess for you, waiting for you to one day tap into that reservoir when you eat in deficit. But then here you are, consistently eating in excess and topping up the fat storage. Because you see, the amount of food the 2000 calories gives you is what some people eat as a snack. And then they still go ahead to have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe several other snacks in between. So you find that the majority of people are actually doing anywhere from, say, 5,000 to 6,000 calories plus, even beyond that, daily, meaning that they are exceeding the standard amount of calories that they need by over, they're having surpluses of over 4,000 or more. For a lot of people, that is actually the standard diet that most people follow. The standard diet that most people follow mean that in one meal, they are even eating more than what they are supposed to eat in a whole day. Do you understand why so many people are overweight? Because people are not feeding hunger. They are not feeding their bodies. They are majorly feeding their feelings. So hopefully soon I will share, if you're looking to begin your weight loss journey, I will share a bit on how you can get started. Talk to you soon.